Hello, this is Eddie here. Off Legal Floggle, howdy do, how are you? And today, no shit, because you've looked at the title of the video, I'm going to be doing a review of a thing called Dark Side of the Moon. And all that is now, and all that is gone, and all that's by a band called Pink Floyd, their 8th album. And like Sgt. Pepper, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot be asked to do this review. Why? Well, maybe because after the 50 billion reviews that are of this album, and just how highly it's praised and how pretty much everyone should have it in the collection, what else is there to be said? Okay, so if you were a person, unless you're one of my fans who watch the review, anyways, thanks for that. If you're a new person who's never seen my videos and you thought, let's have a look at a review of Dark Side of the Moon. I know, let's go on the 50th page because I don't want to see all these reviews. Oh look, there's some ginger little kid. Let's click on his review. Well, thank you for that. So then, let's talk about Dark Side of the Moon. Like you don't know, it's supposed to be a masterpiece, and it is a masterpiece. It's at least in my top 20 albums of all time. This is a light concept album about madness, time, death and life, and money, and basically how the mind works. This sort of thing was circulating in Roger Waters' mind throughout the course of being in Pink Floyd, right through The Piper at the Gates of Dawn to Dark Side of the Moon. Now, how should I know? I've never met him, but good old Wikipedia might say that, you know. And he sort of worked on this at the predecessor of this album, Obscured by Clouds. But of course, they're not going to be completely bonkers on a soundtrack album, even though the movie was completely bonkers, but yeah, and here it is, he's making this album. Well, Pink Floyd are, of course. And yeah, let's just review it. Just get this out the way. Alright, Speak to Me, the first track. Well, for some reason the new 2011 stuff, unless it's always been like that, I'm not too sure, has Speak to Me and Breathe, or Breathe in the Air as it's now called, as separate tracks. Personally, I thought it was always good in the 1994 remaster when they had Speak to Me and Breathe as one track. I thought that was a better idea, but that's just me. It made me crap me pants when I was 6 and my mum and dad put on Dark Side of the Moon for the first time I ever heard it. And yeah, I just heard boom boom.
I've been mad for years, man. Absolutely years. Cranky man, bullshit man. I know I've been mad. My mum's coach house. Boom 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 boom.
Yeah, it's an interesting opener. It has extracts of stuff like The Great King in the Sky, Woman Screaming, the laugh from Brain Damage, but I think is actually the laugh of Syd Barrett. Money cash registers going on. It's a big summary in 1 minute of Dark Side of the Moon. It's a great opener, 9 out of 10 for him. Breathe, or Breathe in the Air, is the second track and one of my favourite tracks of all time. Really laid back and chilled. Bloody dishwasher. Dishwasher, traffic, dry cleaner, everything interrupts me. Yeah. It's really good and has one of my favourite lyrics of all time. I was going to say vocals, yeah, brilliant vocals. The longer you live, the higher you fly, the smiles you'll give and the tears you'll cry. Great, absolutely brilliant. In fact, just look at the lyrics and you'll think it's pretty dynamic. Yeah, love it. It's 9.78 out of 10. On the Run is another instrumental, and this guy's on the run, I suppose, from what? I don't know. Time, Taxman, me arse, I don't know. And you hear this guy, brilliant if you listen on like 5.1 surround sound. You hear this guy going, like going through, and like whoa. And you're hearing all these interviews, guys talking, and all these weird noises, feedback from guitars maybe, I'm not too sure. Really scary, keeps getting that atmosphere, tension going, and I really like it. Give about an 8.4 out of 10. Time. I can understand what Roger Waters is trying to aim for, like talking about money and twats and all that, having loads of money. I prefer looking into more time, how much you can live for, making the most of your time, wasting time. I prefer that sort of thing, and that's why I really love Time. Yeah, once again, if it wasn't scary enough, you hear these ticks and then loads of clocks going off and stuff like that. Another crappy pants thing, and I think it's really kick-ass, the drumming on it. And eventually, after a pretty damn great guitar solo, you get these wonderful lyrics. And then there's Breathe Reprise, so it's basically a new version, and my dad loves them lyrics because he's a bricklayer and he works hard, and he likes the lyrics of warming his bones beside the fire after a long day and stuff. And that's probably why people probably like this album. It speaks to a lot of people. The concept of maybe the wall might only appeal to a certain amount of people who are a bit like that, but the fact of time and money and going a bit mad soon enough appears in everyone's life, and that's probably why everyone should sort of have something to appeal for Dark Side of the Moon, and that's why I love Time. 9.5 out of 10 something. Great Gig in the Sky. I used to really hate this song. Like, I loved the start. I thought Richard Wright's piano playing was really moody and lovely. I don't know the name of the guy, but the guy talking about he's not afraid of dying, I thought that was really epic. And the drumming's great, and then well, I can't really do the vocals, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, it sounds like a monkey or a cat getting sat on or something. But it's took us about 10 listens over the years, and it's, well, if you know on my top 100 songs, it's 6 or something like that now. There was a poll that I looked at once saying top 10 things that men would find appealing from women. I think number 2 was having the vocals from The Great Gig in the Sky. I think that was cool. Now I think it's one of the best, probably, well, it'll have to be the best vocals of all time that I've heard. And so I think the story goes it was supposed to be just an instrumental, and he randomly started doing those vocals over it, and they said it sounded brilliant, so they kept it. And yeah, I really love it, and I love how it mellows down and then builds up again. It's really great stuff. 10 out of 10, perfect score. Money. Alright, well, this is a nice groovy stuff, the most mainstream song you can listen to, probably why it's probably the most famous song on the album. Another little story which is very, very pointless that you'll probably find no interest in at all, but I remember on the radio, I think Radio 2, they said, right, we're going to play a little snippet of a song and you have to phone in and guess what it is, and it had just cash registers going off, and I thought it was the Wizard. I thought, you know that Wizard song, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, where they have that little cash register at the very start. I thought it was that, and my dad went, nope, it's Money, and he phoned in and he won, yippee. And yeah, okay, that was very pointless, but there you go. Yeah, really great stuff, talking about new car, caviar, 4-star, daydream, think I might want a football team, great. I really love the lyrics, pretty clever and sort of witty as well. Obviously I really love the cash registers going off. Like, I use this, another stupid story, but you know, you probably hear that same old crap from every review, so I'm adding my own sort of personal aspect on it. Whenever my earphones seem to be not working, I put on this song because the, you know, when I first go on but that computer over there, that damn speaker still doesn't work, even though we're trying to buy a new sound card, and that's how I found out it still didn't work. And then obviously the damn people blah blah blah. 9.4 out of 10. Us and Them, another brilliant song. Really, another story for you. Jeez. There was a little stupid story when I was younger who had the stupid mind thought of making a parody, gross parody, Puss and Phlegm. Dear me. I'm not too sure what it's supposed to be about really, but you know, us and them. It's brilliant vocals from Gilmore. I really love it. I can't really, it's hard, like I say, talking about a thing where everyone's talked about it. Honestly, all of its track picks, just listen to it, bloody hell. Any Colour You Like, probably the worst song. And I thought it sounded, what made it really scary was how jaunty it is for such a very claustrophobic, scary sort of album. And it's like really like, it's like, what the fuck? Sorry. Yeah, it's alright. It goes on a bit long. Probably the worst song, like I say, but it's a breath of fresh air, maybe? I'm not too sure. About 7.9 out of 10 for that song. Brain Damage. Really interesting stuff. Obviously, probably the most scariest song. I'm not too sure. I think I've read somewhere that Syd Barrett's laugh is actually in it, so that's what makes it even more scary, because it's all about him being a mad guy. And it's pretty cool about the lunatic being on places and then seeing the lunatics in my head and then the horrible laugh going on. It's scary, but it says the chorus is nice when it comes from I see you're on the dark side of the moon. The great gig in the sky, woman comes back in. That's what makes it so compelling. And I really like it. I sort of like as well at the very end where he keeps laughing, but at the very end his laugh sort of sounds more friendly. I sort of like that idea that maybe it could be saying that like madness isn't too bad. I'm looking into it too much. And the last song, Eclipse. Moving up and moving up, Breaking the Sky Woman, ends, boom, and then very slightly you can hear boom, 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 which if you had a thing that could switch on the album back again, it would feel like it will never end, because the boom boom will go back to Speak to Me, which is very clever. And that's it, thank frick. Right, okay, so then Dark Side of the Moon. From March 1973, must have been brilliant. Oh, it's the 40th anniversary, I've just realised. It's March 1973. Oh, well, there we go. We've got some reason for this. Hooray! And, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. 9.6 out of 10 worthy album. Track picks, pretty much everything. Maybe not any colour you like. Maybe I wouldn't choose Speak to Me as the one track pick to download, but excellent. If you don't have it, you're a spaz. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you later. See you on Wish You Were Here review. And goodbye.